When you think of a warrior, what comes to mind? A man with a weapon? What if I told you some of the fiercest warriors in Cree history were women and their stories have been deliberately forgotten? This is Indigenous Untold. The Cree are one of the largest First Nations in Canada, with territory stretching from the Rocky Mountains to the Atlantic. For centuries, they were a powerful force on the plains. And within Cree society, women held roles that European colonizers could barely comprehend, including the role of warrior. In Cree culture, women were not confined to the roles Europeans expected. Women could be hunters, leaders, and yes, warriors. The Cree had no word that translated to stay at home. Women rode horses, carried weapons, and fought alongside men when their people were threatened. One of the most remarkable aspects of Cree women warriors was their role in battle strategy. Women often served as scouts and messengers, carrying critical information between war parties. Their knowledge of the land was unmatched. Cree women knew every river, every valley, every hiding place across thousands of miles of territory. But here's what makes this story even more remarkable. When European fur traders and missionaries arrived, they were shocked by what they saw. Women who fought. Women who led. Women who owned property and made decisions. The colonizers didn't just disagree with this, they set out to destroy it. Through the residential school system, through forced assimilation, through laws like the Indian Act, the role of Cree women was systematically dismantled. The Indian Act of 1876 stripped Indigenous women of their status if they married non-Indigenous men. Women who had been leaders, who had owned property, who had been warriors, were suddenly classified as non-persons in the eyes of Canadian law. This wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate attack on the power women held in Cree society. But the stories survived. Passed down through oral history, through grandmothers and aunties, through ceremonies that continued in secret. The Cree never forgot their women warriors. And today, a new generation is reclaiming these stories. Women like Tanya Capo, like Equal, like countless Cree women who are bringing their ancestors' strength into the modern world. The Cree language itself tells the story. In Cree, the word for woman isquiu carries connotations of strength and resilience. It's not a word that means weak or submissive. It never was. The language remembers what history tried to erase. And it wasn't just the Cree. Across Indigenous nations, the Blackfoot, the Sioux, the Apache women warriors were the norm, not the exception. Lozin, Goyen, Buffalo Calf Road Woman, Running Eagle, these names deserve to be as well known as any male warrior in history. These are the stories that were meant to be forgotten. But we're telling them anyway. If this story moved you, hit subscribe. We release new videos about Indigenous history every week. And leave a comment, whose story should we tell next? This is Indigenous Untold. We'll see you in the next one.